Imagine this organism. Right. It's been around for, like, over 100 million years.
Wow.
Lived with dinosaurs, seen it all, adapted. And now it's basically the #1 most annoying sound in the world.
Oh, you mean the mosquito?
Exactly, that high-pitched zzz, right when you're finally drifting off.
Oh, I know it well.
Yeah.
Or that sudden itch that just appears from nowhere.
We've all been there. It's one of those tiny things, isn't it? But it can totally ruin a moment.
Definitely.
But here's the thing we're diving into today. There's actually way more to these tiny terrors than just, being annoying.
Mm-hmm.
So on the deep dive, we're digging into the sources you sent us. We're going beyond the itch, beyond the buzz.
Right.
Our mission, to give you the essential lowdown, a shortcut to really understanding these insects. We'll look at some wild facts, the science, the dangers they pose, which are serious, and even their unexpected role in nature.
It sounds like a lot to cover for such a small creature.
It really is. We'll give you the key insights, practical tips, too, on how to protect yourself.
Okay.
Let's unpack this.
Sounds good. And you're right, that annoyance factor is usually where it starts for most people.
Yeah, the scratching.
The scratching, yeah, or just lying awake listening to that buzzing near your head. It really tests your patience.
And let's be clear what we're actually talking about here, because, lots of flying things are annoying.
True.
But mosquitoes, they're different from your average housefly, aren't they? A fly just kind of buzzes around, maybe lands on your food. It's gross, but...
But it doesn't usually bite. A mosquito, though, that small, thin insect, its whole purpose, well, the female's purpose, is to suck blood.
Right. Very different goal.
Very different. Flies are usually, fatter, shorter, maybe black or green. They just buzz. Mosquitoes are slender, and they bite. And that bite, it's not just a prick.
No, it's that reaction, isn't it?
Exactly. It's like a mini allergic reaction. You get the red bump, that intense itch, scratching it makes it way worse.
Always makes it worse. And they are so sneaky. That's part of the frustration, I think.
Oh, absolutely.
You don't often see them just hanging out during the day. They hide.
Yeah, in corners, under leaves, anywhere dark and undisturbed. Then boom, nighttime comes and they're out.
And they're so hard to actually swat. Their flight is all zigzaggy.
Very erratic, difficult to track, difficult to catch. They're built for stealth.
It's like they're tiny thieves, isn't it? Sneaking around in the dark to, steal your blood when you're not looking.
This is a pretty good analogy, actually. That stealth is a huge part of why they've been so successful for so long. Getting in, getting the blood, getting out, often before you even notice. Until the itch starts, of course.
Right. Okay, so that's the annoyance part. But the science behind why they bite, that's where it gets really interesting. And maybe the biggest surprise, not all mosquitoes bite humans.
Correct. It's only the females.
Only the females. Why is that?
It's purely biological. They need the protein and iron, other nutrients found in blood, specifically to produce viable eggs.
So it's about reproduction.
Exactly. Without drinking blood, they can't make their eggs. The males, they're quite harmless, really. They just drink flower nectar, like bees or butterflies.
Okay, so the males are fine. It's the females we need to worry about. And how do they even find us? It feels like they have radar sometimes.
It's pretty sophisticated stuff, actually. Our sources break it down. They can smell us.
Smell us?
Yeah, they're incredibly sensitive to the carbon dioxide we exhale. Every time you breathe out, you're kind of sending out a signal.
Wow. Okay.
And not just CO2. They can also detect things like lactic acid, other chemicals in our sweat. It varies between people, which might be why some people get bitten more than others.
That makes sense. I always felt like they liked me more. What else?
Body heat. They can sense the warmth radiating from our skin. Helps them zero in, especially closer up.
So smell gets them in the vicinity, heat helps them land.
Sort of, yeah. And also movement. If you're moving around, you're easier for them to spot visually, especially at dawn and dusk when they're most active.
Okay, smell, heat, movement. They've got us covered.
They really do. Highly efficient hunters in their own way.
All right, let's shift gears a bit. Because it's not just about being annoying or itchy. This is where it gets, genuinely serious. The danger zone.
Right. This is crucial. Mosquitoes aren't just pests. They can be incredibly dangerous vectors for disease.
Vectors meaning they carry diseases from one person or animal to another?
Precisely. They transmit pathogens that cause illnesses affecting millions globally every single year.
Like malaria. I know that's a big one.
Huge. Malaria, caused by a parasite they transmit, is still a major public health crisis, especially, as you mentioned, in parts of Southeast Asia, South Asia, and also large parts of Africa.
And then there's dengue fever. The name itself sounds terrifying.
It is. It's sometimes called breakbone fever.
Breakbone fever. Why?
Because the muscle and joint pain can be Absolutely excruciating, so intense. People describe it as feeling like their bones are breaking.
Oh, that's awful. Where is that most common?
Historically, it's been a major issue in tropical and subtropical regions. Places like South America, Brazil, Peru, Colombia have had significant problems, especially in rainforest areas. But it's spreading. Climate change isn't helping.
And efforts are being made to control it, right?
Constantly. Vaccine development, mosquito control programs. It's a huge global effort. And we should also mention Zika, another nasty one they carry, particularly concerning due to its link with birth defects.
It's just staggering, isn't it, how these tiny little insects can cause such massive health problems worldwide.
It really is. What's fascinating, in a grim way, is their efficiency as disease transmitters. A tiny bite can have devastating consequences.
Now, on the topic of diseases, there used to be a myth, right, about HIV/AIDS.
Yes, that's important to clarify. For a while, there was some concern, some misinformation, that mosquitoes could transmit HIV if they bit someone infected and bit someone else.
But that's not true.
Definitely not true. The sources are clear. The HIV virus simply cannot survive or replicate inside a mosquito. So it cannot be transmitted that way. It's one less thing to worry about from them, at least.
Okay, good to know. So, given how widespread they are and how dangerous they can be, how do we live with them? Where do they actually live?
Pretty much everywhere, unfortunately. They're incredibly adaptable. Hot countries, cold countries, cities, forests, you name it.
But they need water, right? You mentioned that for the eggs.
Absolutely critical. Water is the key. They lay their eggs in or near water, and the larvae, the little wriggly things, develop in water. So anywhere with standing water is prime mosquito real estate.
Like rivers and lakes, obviously.
Yes, but also much smaller sources.
Mm.
A puddle left after rain, a clogged gutter, a bird bath, even a flower pot saucer that holds water. That's enough for them.
Wow. So understanding that is key to protecting ourselves.
Foundational. If you want to reduce mosquitoes around your home, dealing with standing water is job number one.
Okay, so let's talk protection. What are the best strategies based on the sources?
Well, some simple things make a big difference. First, physical barriers. Wearing long sleeves and long pants, especially during peak mosquito times like dawn and dusk.
Cover up. Makes sense.
Then, repellents. Using an EPA-registered insect repellent on exposed skin is very effective. There's a difference sometimes flagged between general bug spray and specific mosquito repellent, often a cream or lotion.
Yeah.
The key is using one proven to work against mosquitoes.
Okay, use spray or cream. What about when you sleep? Especially if you're somewhere with a lot of them.
Mosquito nets.
Hmm.
Sleeping under a net, preferably one treated with insecticide, is a lifesaver in many parts of the world. It creates that essential barrier while you're vulnerable.
Nets, got it. And back to the water thing.
Yes, the crucial tip. Eliminate standing water.
Mm-hmm.
Dip out water from buckets, old tires, anything in your garden that collects it. Check your gutters. Change water in bird baths regularly. Deny them those breeding spots.
It's amazing how such a small thing, a bit of standing water, can cause such a big problem.
It really is. Female mosquitoes can lay hundreds of eggs at a time.
I saw this funny bit in one source. Someone must have been desperate, suggesting covering yourself in beer.
In beer. What was the logic there?
The idea was if the mosquitoes bite you, they'd get drunk and just fall asleep.
Huh. That's creative, I'll give them that. Probably not very effective, though.
No, I wouldn't think so. But it shows how annoying they are. People think of crazy solutions. Which leads to this phrase used in the sources. That sometimes you just have to put up with it.
Right. Put up with it. It means you tolerate something, you endure it, even though it's unpleasant or annoying, because maybe you don't have another choice at that moment.
Like if you forget your repellent on a hike.
Exactly. Or, you have to put up with your neighbor's loud music sometimes, or put up with delays. It's about accepting the situation, even if you don't like it.
But ideally, we don't want to just put up with mosquitoes. We want to avoid the bites. So you really need to cover yourself properly with repellent, like head to toe if needed.
Absolutely. Proper application is key.
And thinking about all these methods, getting rid of the standing water, that seems like, without a doubt, the most fundamental thing.
Without a doubt. It tackles the problem at the source. Fewer places to breed means fewer mosquitoes, period. It's the most sustainable approach, really.
Okay. So we've covered the annoyance, the bite science, the danger, the protection. But if we zoom out, look at the bigger picture, do mosquitoes actually do anything useful?
It's a fair question, and maybe surprising, but yes. Even mosquitoes have a role in the ecosystem.
Really? Like what?
Well, they are food
Food for who?
for lots of animals. Mosquito larvae, those little wrigglers in the water, are a really important food source for fish and other aquatic life.
Hmm.
Adult mosquitoes are eaten by birds, bats, frogs, dragonflies, lots of things.
Huh. So if we somehow got rid of all mosquitoes.
It would have knock-on effects.
Yeah.
Those animals would lose a significant food source, which could disrupt entire food chains. Nature is complex, Everything's connected.
It's weird to think of something so annoying being important food.
It often is the case in nature. And here are a couple more mind-blowing facts from the sources, just to appreciate these creatures a bit more, maybe.
Go for it. Give me the aha moments.
Okay, first, diversity. We talk about the mosquito, but there are over 3,500 different species known worldwide.
3,500. Wow.
And they're still finding new ones. Second, capacity. A female mosquito can drink up to 3 times her own body weight in blood in a single feeding.
3 times her weight? That's insane for something so small.
Incredible, isn't it? And the last one, which you touched on earlier, their history. Mosquitoes are ancient. Fossils show they've been around for over 100 million years.
100 million. So they were literally buzzing around the dinosaurs.
Yep, they saw the dinosaurs come and go. It puts their resilience into perspective, doesn't it?
That really does. It kind of raises this bigger question, right? Even the things in nature we find most irritating or even dangerous, they often have some kind of vital role we don't immediately see.
Exactly. It challenges us to look beyond our own convenience sometimes.
So wrapping this up for you, our listener, what's the key takeaway? We've seen mosquitoes are way more than just that annoying buzz.
Definitely. They're ancient, they're clever, and yes, they can be dangerous.
We know now it's only the females that bite, and it's all about needing blood for their eggs.
And we know how they find us using smell, body heat, movement, super sensitive.
And crucially, you've got the practical tips now. Cover up, use repellent, use nets if needed, and most importantly...
Empty that standing water, break the breeding cycle.
Right, so this deep dive, it's your shortcut to being informed, understanding these creatures better, and knowing how to stay safer.
It's about moving past the annoyance, really, and seeing the bigger, more complex picture, appreciating their resilience, even while you're trying to avoid getting bitten.
So here's a final thought to chew on. Think about it. We spend so much effort fighting them, sprays, nets, huge campaigns to wipe them out. And yet, these tiny insects have survived for over 100 million years.
Through ice ages, mass extinctions, everything.
They adapt, they thrive, they're everywhere in our modern world. What does that incredible persistence, that resilience, tell us about life itself, about nature's tenacity, even in its most irritating forms?
Something to think about next time you hear that buzz.